can see that the front Dreamcast is perfectly in focus. Shazam, focus, I took the shot, and I'm pretty sure everything's in focus. Let me just... Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. This time I really wanted to show you something about the Canon R10 because this is one of the features that's made by this digital camera. And for the analog camera fans, don't worry, I have analog content scripted down and I will show it in the channel really soon. But this time I want to show you something that is kind of related to analog photography because I am a sucker. I really like to use once in a while my manual lenses. So I have here one of my favorites, which is, you cannot see it, but it's the Yashica Yashinon, one of the 1.4. It's a 50mm. It's a really nice fast lens. I really like this one. It's really nice. I like to use this lens a lot. And as you can see here, I have lots of action. I have the RF to EF adapter, and I have here the adapter for the screw mounts to the EF adapter. So lots of adapters here, but this works fine. But I digress. But one of the things that it's challenging while using these vintage lenses that are very fast. So this is a 1.4 lens, and of course I like to use it at 1.4 wherever possible, is to how to focus with it. So autofocus, of course, it's out of the question. But the R10 has focus picking capabilities and abilities, and this will really helps while trying to manual focus lenses or automatic lenses for all that matter. So the only thing you have to do is to mount a manual focus lens, and you are set. If you are using an autofocus lens, like for example, I don't know, the 50mm or 1.8 lens. Well, this lens has the manual focus. Let me see if you have the AF/MF button here. You can just set it to manual like it is right now, and you are all set. Or if you want to be extra careful, you have on the R10 here. Let me see if focus there. The light, it's not ideal for this, but you can see this button there. You can set it to manual focus. Most of the time, setting on the lens, it's enough. Okay, you are all set, and then afterwards, you can just enjoy the focus picking capability. So, if you have a totally manual focus lens, you are all set. If you have an autofocus lens that you want to use picking with, and picking works with photo and video, you just set the lens to manual focus, or if you prefer to make it both ways, you can set on the camera too, and you are good to go. Next, a little segment where I show you how to use manual focus picking and all the features and how effective it is. Okay, guys, here you are. I'm filming this the best way that I can because I could use an external capture device, but just a fair warning: if you are using an external capture device, like for example an HDMI capture device to the computer, HDMI monitor, whatever the case, if you are using a different screen from the one built in with the camera, you will lose focus picking capabilities. So if you are using an external device to record your footage, that external device needs to have focus picking itself. So if you are outputting through HDMI from the camera, and I believe it is true for most of all cameras. So if you're recording to an external device, you need to have focus picking on that device and not on the camera itself. So I cannot record to external device exactly because of that, because I would lose the ability to show you focus picking capabilities. But this will work just fine. So this is me using a manual focus lens. I have not shot the intro yet, but on my script, I have it there to shoot the intro and show an example of the lens I can use. And I will also, I expect I have shown you too how to enable manual focus on autofocus lenses and how to enable manual focus on manual focus lenses. So that part, it's already done. Now you guys are just interested to see how the focus picking is enabled, how can we enable focus picking and how it works. So this is me without focus picking. I can focus my lens just fine, but to my eye, this looks in focus. I can take the shot, but of course my eye, it's what it is. It fails, and this lens is set to an aperture of 1.4. So that means it's a very shallow depth of field. So my eyes will not be able to detect autofocus and in-focus situations for the most part. So focus speaking here will help me a lot. Now, so let me show you how to enable focus speaking on the Canon R10. So you just go to the menu here, and you go to the AF menu and sub menu 5. And you can see you have the option there for MF peaking settings that is set to off. I can get in there and I can set it to on. And then you can have level and color. So level is how intense the peaking is. I like to have it at high. And the color, we have 3 options: red, yellow, or blue. I have been using yellow successfully, but this is kind of your personal preference. I will keep using yellow. I will jump to blue in a second just so you guys see the difference. But again, personal preference. I avoid the reds because the reds just disappear on skin tones. So yellow it is. Now, if I go back to my shooting mode, you should be able to see the yellow. And if I move my focus ring, you can see the focus just getting intense on the yellow parts. And like this, I can see that the front Dreamcast is perfectly in focus. Shazam, focus, I took the shot, and I'm pretty sure everything's in focus. Let me just then go to blue. Just maybe blue in this situation, it's a little bit more effective, or not. See, blue, it's not very good because the Dreamcast logo, it's blue themselves. However, it's a matter of choice. So I'll go here. Let's set this to red. Maybe red actually works for us right now. Yeah, red is quite nice. It's not a person, it's not have skin tone. So there we go. Perfectly in focus shot. So it's a pretty nice feature to have in photography and in video because it can really help you to detect where the things are in focus. Let me show another option here. So if you go back to the peaking options, don't get in the menu. Just go here to focus guide and set it to on. So focus guide, it's something can be useful also. Do you see that these 3 things here? These 3 dots or lines. When I find the focus, that guide is going to try to guide me where the focus is. But as you can see in my square, the focus square, it's nowhere. It's just pointing to an empty area. So with the jog dial, I will just put the square on the Dreamcast logo, and hopefully it will guide me to perfect focus on the Dreamcast logo. See, it's turned green right now. So if I take the shot, the Dreamcast logo should be perfectly in focus. However, be careful, this is not very, very accurate. The peaking, yes, the peaking will just get intensely red. Let me put back to yellow. I'm more used to yellow. So it kind of pops into my eyes, the yellow, the red, not that much. So yellow. See, the Dreamcast logo is perfectly in focus according to the focus peaking, but the focus guide, it does not agree. So it's nice to have. So it looks to be in focus, and I take the shot. Maybe use both. So this looks, now it looks to be the yellow. They don't agree all the time, but it's nice to know, at least you know in which direction you need to turn your focus dial to get everything in focus. Looks nice. Ka-chow. Looks nice. So this is it. Just explore yourself, experiment, because this is manual focus, of course. So it requires a little bit of sensitivity on your part. You need to train yourself to use this feature to make it more and more effective, and you can use it faster and faster every single time. So let's go back to the outro, and I hope you find this interesting. Like and subscribe, it really helps, and I see you on the outro. Guys, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, it really helps if you can. It really helps the channel to grow a little bit faster, but if you can't, it's also fine. I hope you enjoyed this. Ask in the comments below any questions you may have. I will be more happy. I will really happy to answer them. And experimentations you'd like me to do with the R10 and focus speaking. And I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, guys.